NBA 2K
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Sacramento Kings. And for Sacramento, they've been going through a bit of a rough stretch. They need some wins to start adding up here in a hurry, more or less half the season behind us, and they are still struggling to prove they can contend. And tonight we have two up-and-coming teams. Lots of talent, but also a lot of inexperience. Shaq, the youngsters look...
Pretty. Now, Brent, we're far enough into the season where certain rookies are starting to hit the wall.
Ready to go?
What can coaches do to stop that process or help them through that process of that rookie, that so-called...
There's not much a coach can do for a player. And I'll tell you, I've seen it where years a player after 41 games is gassed. And certainly over the course of the past few years, I've seen plenty of rookies not be phased at all. So it just depends on the makeup of the guy and what he's been asked to do. I don't know that there's too much a coach can really get into the head of a player on, other than trying to keep him confident.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Chandler out there with Favors. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Conley, and it's Butler in at the small forward.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Smith, no luck. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who is able to talk with Earl Watson.
Well, Kevin, I asked him about their defensive strategy, and he said their #1 concern was taking away the path to the basket. And normally three-point shooting is a concern, but in this game, he said, I don't care how far off the shooters we have to play. We want those guys taking jumpers and threes instead of driving and dunking on us. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And here is Conley after Dennis Smith was able to get the three. Nice work there coming off the screen.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Wiggins with it. Butler covering. Nurkic setting the pick for Wiggins. Shot off the pick. That one goes. Counted.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Favors. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him. I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look.
There's a good screen. Smith kicks to Nurkic. Back to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Favors. Bembry. Chandler with the rebound. The Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Booker against Smith. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. On the wing, Wiggins. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
A guy who converts well at the rim. You like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Now here's Booker. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Conley with a wide open look. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Kings leading now by 3. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Nurkic setting the pick for Wiggins. Screen by Nurkic. Wiggins drives in. And Wiggins throws it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Now Chandler. After Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Booker with the screen for Chandler. To the paint. Conley against Smith. Dishes to Nurkic. Over Booker. Again, Sacramento.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Butler. Kicks to Conley. Chandler a screen. Conley dishes to Chandler. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Well, Chandler will give up his body. Does a good job not moving when he's setting picks.
Well, you know exactly what you're getting with Chandler at this point of his career.
Well, Chandler, one of the few guys in the league who was drafted while I was still playing, Kevin. I guess I'm getting old, but not quite as agile defensively as he used to be, but still a guy who barks out orders from behind, a great locker room leader, and takes the time to help these young guys know what it takes to be a professional.
So it's Sacramento following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Smith outside. He dishes it to Wiggins. Over Butler. Pocket 6. And the shot no good. A bit short. Suns trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
A lot of guys have great vision, but they're not always willing passers. Not the case with Smith. Very unselfish and aware of keeping his teammates involved.
Conley, the pass to Booker. Beyond the arc. They grabbed their own miss. Chandler's shot. Good. Chandler's got his second basket.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Now, here is Smith. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. The 8-footer, Chandler with the block.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters.
Butler against Wiggins. Shots good from Butler.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Over to the left wing. Nurkic kicks to Smith. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And how about the confidence that Smith plays the game with? He knows he's not the biggest guy out there, but that doesn't stop him from being the most aggressive.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Free throw drop for Smith. And we have so many great spot-up shooters in this league, but from what you've seen, who are some of the best shooters off the dribble?
First guy I think about, Kevin, is Kevin. It's Durant, though, not you. I know you're a great shooter.
I was a good shooter.
But Kevin Durant's efficiency after transferring over from OKC to Golden State, it's really remarkable how much he's learned to play without the basketball, yet still having a career-efficient year. Him off the dribble is dangerous for anybody.
On the pass to Zips. Here's Hart, defended by Butler. Good ball movement here by the Kings. To the left wing. Smith outside. Jacks up a 3. Drops in the tray. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
I tell you, and Smith has run the pick and roll 1,000 times. A quick decision maker when he's in those sets.
There's the pick. Booker dishes to Butler. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. He's got 7. Sacramento leading by 4. Smith kicks to Leonard. Here's Hart. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Sacramento making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. Phoenix also making some changes. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Jimmy Butler. Young comes in for Booker. And James subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's James. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Hart. Offensive rebound. Robinson drives in. Sacramento grabs the miss. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
This is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
Suns trail by 4. James with it. Young with no one around. Knocks down the 3 ball. Young's got his first 3 points of the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Pass to Zipser. He feeds it to McLemore. Fires from 14, and he gets the bucket.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
James, the pass to Williams. There's a screen by Robinson. James kicks to Robinson. Stolen. Zipser looking for his first basket still in this one. Shot's good by McLemore. Suns trail by 5. And here is James. Picked by Okafor. The drive by James. Got a hand on it. Hart the pass to McLemore. Here's Hart. Zipser. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hart. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now a 7-point Kings lead. Well, Phoenix shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Young in the corner. Phoenix no good that time either. Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Hart, defended by Young. Passes to Hart. Now McLemore. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. The rebound by Zipser. Sacramento leading by 7. Here's Hart. Another 3 for Sacramento.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Offensive rebound, Williams. And he banks in the layup.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's McLemore. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hart. Shoots the 3. Robinson pulls it in. Young in the corner. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Now just a 5-point Sacramento lead. Here's Hart. He has 5. The feed to McLemore. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. McLemore's got 7 points in the game. It's stolen by McLemore. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Sacramento Kings. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. And Derek Favors, known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides. And
well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
Well, you just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of one? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Marquise Chris is out there with Robinson. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Nick Young. And it's James in at the one spot. Here's Temple. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Temple. James covering. There's the screen. Clock at 4. It's blocked.
That's some good use of the length right there for Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
A 3-ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. Zipser's got his third rebound tonight.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted, put Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
Here's Temple. Last time out he had 13 points. And it's Leonard again missing. Deep 2 from Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists tonight. And last season the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
How about Chris using a little bit of muscle to get his way, fighting through the contact that time?
The Suns shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Kings. Wiggins comes in for Paul Zipser. Derek Favors checked in for Phoenix. Jimmy Butler comes in for Glenn Robinson III. Screen by Nurkic. High post try. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. 10 points for Andrew Wiggins.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Sacramento with the ball. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Pass to Papagiannis. Here's Temple, defended by Young. And Temple kicks to Papagiannis. Over Chris. Papagiannis can't hit. Suns trail by 3. Butler on the wing. And they double up Butler. And here's Young from the arc. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his teammates. If you're open, he'll find you.
Nurkic up top. He's covered by Favors. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Wiggins outside. Here's Temple, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. The Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. The shot by Butler, nobody around. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Chris has got the game tied up here for the Suns.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Nurkic the pass to Papagiannis. Over Chris. Papagiannis can't hit. For Phoenix, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Connects from three-point range.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
Now here's Wiggins. 10 points for him. The pass to Papagiannis. There's the dish to Temple. There's the pick. Here's Wiggins. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
James outside. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That is his first foul of the game. Smith checked in for Sacramento. Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Conley now comes in for James. Conley dishes to Booker. The offensive rebound. The Kings trailing. Wiggins outside. He kicks to Smith. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Papagiannis. Over Chris. And the basket by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 4 this quarter.
They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
Conley kicks to Favors. Feeds to Booker. It's picked off. Here's Temple, defended by Booker. Temple the pass to Smith. Fires the 3. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
And Smith continues to look better from deep, showing great touch from beyond the arc.
Booker in the corner. Can they get it? Drills the three-pointer. Booker's got 5.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Papagiannis. He's coming off a 16-point game against Cleveland.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
And now here comes Conley leading the break over Smith. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got his second bucket of the game to go. Sacramento's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Smith in the post, covered by Conley. Back to Smith. Dishes to Temple. Kicks it to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Over Butler. And the shot is long.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Here's Papagiannis. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Wiggins kicks to Smith. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Michael Conley picks one up. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Bembry's checked in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ben McLemore in for Garrett Temple. Here's Bembry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Nurkic with it. Now Chandler defending. There's the pick. That's a 2 from Smith, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Smith's got the game tied up here for the Kings. Outside Conley, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Conley. 17 points for him last game against Memphis.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Now McLemore, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Can't hit that one.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Outside Conley. Chandler a screen. Butler from outside. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And that's 10 points for Butler.
Yeah, he's been on his A game, sinking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
Nurkic a screen on Conley. They set the pick. Here's Bembry. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Butler with the steal.
Pull it.
Conley with the three. Kept alive. Here's Williams. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Smith dishes to Nurkic. For 3. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from McLemore.
That's good focus from the Bosnian Bear, getting down there. Nurkic finding the open man with ease.
Conley kicks to Booker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Sacramento. Now here's Booker. 7 points in the game. Chandler a screen. 6 to shoot. No good off the front iron.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Smith on the wing, covered by Conley. Shoots it up. Smith, no luck. And for the Suns, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Outside Butler. Conley kicks to Williams. Second chance shot.
Wow.
He takes it up and lays it in. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Picked by Williams. The Suns have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. When the Kings struggled last season, Greg, they did so because they just couldn't get stops in the defensive end.
And defense, something that this team will struggle with at times. A lot of it is they don't protect the rim or close out, particularly on that three-point shot. And so much of defense just boils down to challenging shooters whenever you can. It's about giving more effort on that side of the ball.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Leonard dishes to Nurkic, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
Well, you have to be careful when Nurkic attempts those kinds of shots. He's very skilled at drawing contact.
The Kings have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Conley kicks to Okafor. Butler sets a screen for Okafor. Picked by Okafor. Booker in the corner.
Yep.
Offensive rebound. Shots good by Butler. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Butler just too tough to contain. Incredible at keeping his focus even when the D is all over.
Bembry. He got it up in time.
I almost wish that would have gone
And
in.
we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Suns lead by 3.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean,
That'll do it for...
A nighttime glimpse of the Tower Bridge, one of the landmarks here in Sacramento. Welcome back, everyone, to the capital of California. Well, both sides have assessed what they... Phoenix leading by 3. Smith is out there with Bembry. Then there's Myers-Leonard. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Conley. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Here's Booker, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. The Kings trail by 8. Down low, Chandler with the steal. Conley against Smith. Passes it to Booker. Unloads from 13. Another one falls for Phoenix.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Conley against Smith. To the inside. Nurkic in the post. No good again that time.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
A nice shot by Booker.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Sacramento's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Smith kicks to Wiggins. Back to Smith. Screen by Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. He gets it in there. 15 points for Dennis Smith.
And Smith, an accomplished scorer, has a beautiful looking mid-range jumper.
Conley against Smith. Chandler with the screen on Wiggins. And here's Booker from the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Suns.
And the distribution there showing a lot of 3-point attempts. And not that it's a bad thing, but we'll see if they can continue at this rate.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
And he can't hit the second. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings are starting to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
Pass to Bembry. Over to the wing. Here's Nurkic. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Nurkic has got 8 points.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
Well, when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
Chandler kicks to Butler. Favors with the screen. Butler attacking. Baseline try. Phoenix no good that time either. The Kings trail by 9. Smith outside. They set the pick. Wiggins kicks to Nurkic. Over Chandler. And again, it's Jusuf Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Hardy's checked in for Bembry. And then for Phoenix, Young comes in for Jimmy Butler. And James subbed in for Mike Conley. Booker the pass to James. Back to Booker. He dishes it to Favors. 5 on the clock. Favors with the screen. And here's James outside. Sinks the triple.
Timeout, timeout.
James has got his second basket of the game.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down. Use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
Sacramento making a switch here. Giannis has checked in, and the Suns making a change here as well. Chris has checked in. The Kings trail by 10. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less era. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible. To watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating them.
James kicks to Young. Chris with it. Leonard's there. Chris gets the bucket.
And the defense might start to want to respect the fact that Marquise Chris can nail that kind of jump shot.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Papagiannis passes to Leonard. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Misses the three.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And the pass to Papagiannis. Over Favors. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. James kicks to Young. And a miss there on the triple.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged the bullet there.
To the right side. Hart the pass to Papagiannis. Kings moving the ball around. 13 feet away. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 7 points in the game.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
James kicks to Chris. Young, a screen on Wiggins. James against Smith. Back to Chris. He tries for three. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hart the pass to Wiggins. For three, Smith. Derek Favors with the rebound. Suns leading by 10. The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
Fun to watch Devin Booker score the basketball. So efficient in this one.
Now here is Smith. 15 points in the game. They set the screen. Wiggins against Favors. And it's Wiggins missing. The Suns have gone 7 of 13 in the 3rd quarter so far. Just above 50%. James dishes to Young. Back to James. Clock at 6. Booker in the corner. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's now 21 points for Devin Booker. The Kings trail by 15. Timeout called by the Kings. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second chance points? Or do you like leaking a guy or two out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You've got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Paul Zipser comes in for Wiggins, and McLemore subbed in for Smith. Picked by Williams. James outside. Michael Conley, he's checked in for the Suns. To the middle, here's Okafor. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Okafor's got his 2nd bucket.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Zipser kicks to McLemore. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Back to Booker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You got to like seeing Devin Booker be aggressive, especially when he's shooting the ball, easily earning the foul that time.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
McLemore with the ball. 16 points for him. Shot clock at 3. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here is Conley, picked by Williams. Conley, the pass to Williams. It's tipped. And there's the feed to McLemore. Sacramento gets it back, takes the 3. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Shots good from Young. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined. But what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up. And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Kings. Papagiannis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Pass to Hart. Here's Zipser. Here's Hart. He has 7, 6 to shoot. Here's the screen, taken away by Williams. And now here comes Young leading the break. Wasted no time on that one. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now McLemore. He's got 22. Leonard kicks to Papagiannis. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Young. Suns leading by 15. Booker left side. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Pass to Hart. Sacramento moving it around. The dish now to McLemore. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Kings.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. They need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Zipser. To the right side. He feeds it to Leonard. Now here's McLemore. Defense is right there. And they're moving it up. Here's Booker. Sinks the 15-footer. Booker's got 16 here in the second half. And so it's the Phoenix Suns out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Kings trail by 17. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker out there with Conley. Then there's Jahlil Okafor, and it's Williams at the 4 slot. Here's Nurkic, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do is just shake that one off and try your best to move on to the next play.
Suns leading by 17. Conley kicks to Booker. They set the screen. Outside Williams. Feeds to Booker. The tray. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Booker's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Suns. And Temple kicks to Bembry. The pass to Papagiannis. Here's Zipser, defended by Butler. Zipser, the pass to Papagiannis. Clock at 6. Nurkic, and he banks in the layup.
Well, the play from Nurkic was as good as they come. Terrific job getting deep inside there and nailing the shot.
Conley dishes to Butler. He kicks it to Booker. Williams passes to Okafor. Now here's Booker. Back to Okafor. Goes up the baseline. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Okafor. The Kings trail by 18. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And Temple kicks to Bembry. Pass to Papagiannis. Here's Bembry. He's guarded by Williams. Screened by Nurkic. Bembry the pass to Zipser. No good from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Phoenix making a change here. Favors is checked in.
Substitution for the Suns. Derek Favors.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Chandler a screen. Conley kicks to Booker. Left side Butler. Nurkic with the steal.
What you doing, Jimmy?
And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's Temple. And stolen by Favors. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Sweet little floater. And the Suns lead by 20.
There's your run out. Great individual play.
Yeah, beats the transition defense up the floor, and then the easy finish. Boy, those feel good.
Here's Bembry, defended by Booker, and stolen by Booker. Takes the 13-footer, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Booker's got 30 points, and for Sacramento, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Granted, is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
So shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders. And to give a ton of credit to the screener there, that was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Back to Conley. Favors with a screen on Smith. 4 on the clock. NBA official, NBA referee, Brent, asked you one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
On the wing, Wiggins. Nurkic in the post. Chandler on him. Nurkic can't hit. Suns leading by 23. Inside. And Favors gets it to go in on the assist from Conley. Conley's got his 8th assist in the game. Kings have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Smith dishes to Wiggins. Kicks it to Leonard. Back to Wiggins. Nurkic setting the pick for Wiggins. And stolen by Booker. And even 3-on-3 break. No good there with the step-back J.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
On the wing, Booker. Butler from outside. The offensive rebound. Chandler kicks to Butler. Conley, the pass to Butler. call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets, especially during international competition with the Olympics, that they've brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too. Here's Laverne, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Suns have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. James kicks to Robinson. Chandler with a screen for James. Calderon has the open look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Smith kicks to Wiggins. Dishes it to Carroll. Smith outside. Here's Laverne. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 11 rebounds in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Chandler a screen. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Wiggins. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Sacramento again missing.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot. And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Laverne dishes to Smith. Looking to end the drought. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Smith's got 4 this quarter. Suns have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Now here's Calderon, guarded by McLemore. Here's Chris. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
Quick decision making from Marquise Chris. Fantastic at knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Smith outside. Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
And Laverne kicks to Smith. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. He's guarded by Chandler. That one good for 2.
How about the leaner? Only the guys with the sweetest of strokes can pull that off in traffic.
Calderon kicks to Chandler. He's looking for James and finds him. Chris, good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
To the wing on the left. And McLemore kicks to Bogdanovich. McLemore with the ball. Let's go. It's hauled in by the Suns. Chris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Smith against James. It's stolen by Smith. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. That one doesn't drop. And Phoenix will come the other way. To the left wing for 3, Calderon. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And here's Smith. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry and motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
And it's Smith again missing. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Well, the Suns' issue last season was their defensive focus, Brent. Bottom 5 in the league in defense and had a lot of trouble not committing silly fouls on defense.
Now, that's where youth plays a huge part, Kevin. Inexperience, not understanding the nuances of the NBA defensive game. And a lot of times what you'll see, Kevin, is young guys getting caught up in the idea that, hey, I stopped my man, I did a good job defensively, and that's not really what team defense is all about, certainly at the NBA level.
And the Kings making a change here. Temple's checked in.
Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
James kicks to Chris. Back to James. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Mike James. 2 shots.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Temple, defended by Young. Smith wide open, he fires. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Phoenix controlling this game. James outside. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and